my name is Hannah, also known as the Cake Chick, and today I'm going to make a 4-leaf clover shamrock cake for St. Patrick's Day. So the ingredients we have here, we have plain white cake mix from Betty Crocker, Pillsbury cream vanilla frosting for a dirty ice layer, some vegetable oil, Pam, and fondant. We're also going to be using some water also, but I haven't gotten it out yet. We have rolled out fondant that we will be placing on our cake and coloring it with this green food coloring to make the shamrock. We're going to be putting this on top of the cake and tracing it to make a shamrock shape fondant cutout. I'll get back to you once I have the ingredients mixed. Okay, we're back. So far into this bucket, I've placed 1 1/4 cups of water, 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, and I forgot to mention that we would also be using 3 eggs. So I figured I would crack those for you here. Okay, now we will stir. I'll get back to you when it's all completely stirred. Welcome back. We're going to be, as you can already see, I dyed a little bit of it already. I'm just using this cake dyeing. It's here, let me show you the cap. It's a Wilton cake dyeing color, and it's shamrock green. So we're mixing it to make the cake turn more green for shamrock. And look how nicely that's working. This is the little color thing that I'm sampling it with. Alrighty, well, I'll get back with you when I'm pouring it into the pan. Alrighty, we're back. All I've done past this step is I added a little bit more of this food coloring and a drop of vanilla extract, because I read somewhere that if you put too much food coloring in, it takes away from the natural vanilla flavor, and this is a golden vanilla, so that's what we did. Now, this is a round 8x3 pan that I'm going to be pouring this in. All you have to do now is bake your oven to 350, and it's there, so we're getting ready to pour this in. Now all you have to do is take a cool spatula. Ours has a music sign, and it's also a drumstick inside. And now all we're going to do is pour it into the thing after I spray it. So now I'm just going to use some Pam, and you want to spray generously. Sprayed at me. Okay. Make sure you get the side and the bottom. Okay. Now I'm going to pour it in. And we'll get back to you right before we're putting it in the oven. Okay, so we're back. I've poured all of that into here, and it's our green batter. And now we're going to put it in the oven. Careful not to burn yourself. You may want to ask a parent to help you. Okay, so now you put it in there, and you put it on the timer for 35 minutes. So now you're going to put timer, cooking time, oops, and you need 35 minutes, so this could take a couple seconds. Make sure you don't accidentally put 35 hours, because I've done that before, and that was not good. So now you just click start, and it'll go. Okay, we'll be back when that's out of the oven. Sorry the camera died. I know I missed a lot, but when we took it out of the oven, and then we rolled out all the fondant. This is the fondant so far. I know it looks terrible, but it's edible. It's like marshmallow fondant. See, like, it tastes fine here.
It tastes good.
When I opened it, a piece of the cake over on this side fell off. So I've piped it with icing, and I put the fondant on top. I'm still sort of confused on how to do the fondant, but this is my very first fondant cake, so it's a work in progress. But what I'm doing is I'm taking icing on a spoon and going around and putting it underneath fondant and pressing it in so that it sticks better. And I made this shamrock to go right on top in the middle just like that. But I'm not going to put it on just yet. But it'll go like just like that. And it's for St. Patrick's Day on Thursday. So after I finished doing the spoon thingy that I was doing earlier, I'm just lifting up a piece of the fondant, sticking the spoon with the icing underneath, and pressing it back onto the cake. One of my favorite shows is Cake Boss, and I watch it. He just does this, like, it's amazing how he does it. So it's kind of depressing that I can't do it just like him, but he is a professional. So now I'm going to put this on. So what I'm going to do is take icing on the back, and then just put it on the back of my shamrock. And you have to make sure that you don't put it all on it so that it's visible, but enough that it will stick to the cake. So now we just press it on. Now I rolled out the fondant thin for this, and then again I took some of this dye and I took little toothpicks and I dipped it in and I rubbed it in the fondant, and then my cousin Kyle took it in his hands. This is what he did. He took it like that, oops, and he just rubbed it in, and you can see that some color's on there, but this is old, and he just pressed and pressed and pressed, and then the green color started to come through. And I didn't put enough on this one, but there you have it. So I think for some of the scraps, I'm going to do that the same thing. So I will show you how I do it. You just get a piece, and I know that that's a bad piece, but it's a piece. So then we take a toothpick and dip it in to the green dye and just rub it all through the one side of the fondant. Then, this is kind of dirty, but you have to press it and keep rolling it to make it come through. He did it, and he dyed his hands. He risked the color of his hands for the color of our cake. But as you can see, it's really a dirty process. If you wanted to make a tie-dye, you would spin it when you were doing it, and then press it. We don't have a rolling pin, so it came off, but we covered a pan, the pan that we used before to grease the can, and just covered it in wax paper. But the wax paper fell off, so. And you roll it out, and you can see that this one is a tie-dye color. Okay, so I've been still rolling this, and you can see that the color is starting to get more of a solid green, but it's still kind of tie-dyed. But I actually kind of personally like that. So what we're going to do now is we're cutting little tiny circles. So if you just cut a piece of fondant like this and roll it into a ball, that actually might even be too small, but roll into a ball, it'll start to mold by itself. We're going to stick icing, and we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 down here, and then we'll be back after we've done that. We're back. We finished the cake. Congratulations to us. It's our very first fondant cake that we made. We carved the shamrock. Then I put these little dots on. They are a large, then a medium, and then a small dot. Then I put 2 large to medium dots on top. If you look at the bottom is kind of messed up. But for our first cake, I'm really thrilled. It didn't turn out, it didn't turn out exactly the way I had hoped, but in some ways it's even better. So congratulations to me and to my cousin Kyle. Thank you so much for helping. He's my cameraman, behind the scenes helper, and he did such a great job. So now that we're all finished, maybe next time we'll see if we can do something better. Thanks for watching, guys.